Engine start and liftoff. A module named Science takes flight to the International Space Station. Good stage 1 ignition. Roll, pitch, and yaw programmer in. Nominal pressure reported in the 6 first stage engines. 40 seconds into the flight. Good stabilization on the vehicle. Coming up on the 1 minute mark into the flight. All engines running normally. Now going through the period of maximum dynamic pressure on the Proton M. Good vehicle performance reported from the blockhouse in Baikonur. One minute, 30 seconds into the flight. One minute, 45 seconds into the flight. About 20 seconds left for first stage performance. Second stage ignition. And first stage separation. Two minutes, 25 seconds into the flight. Good stabilization on the vehicle. 4 second stage engines up and running. They'll burn for about 3.5 minutes. Yaw, pitch, and roll program reported to have nominal parameters so far as we approach the 3 minute mark into the flight. The Proton tracking right down the line. The flight is proceeding normally, coming up on the 3.5 minute mark into the flight. Four minutes into the flight, good chamber pressures reported for the 4 second stage engines. About 5 minutes and 40 seconds of powered flight remaining. The altitude and downrange distance matching pre-launch predictions. Four and a half minutes in, 5 minutes and 10 seconds of powered flight remaining. These 4 second stage engines providing more than 500,000 pounds of thrust. Good vehicle stabilization reported by the launch control team in Baikonur. So far, so good. Five and a half minutes into the flight, just over 4 minutes of powered flight remaining. Third stage ignition and second stage separation confirmed. And payload fairing has been jettisoned. Just over 6 minutes into the flight, everything is reported to be proceeding in great fashion. The multi-purpose laboratory module now being boosted on the final stage of its powered flight through the single RD-212 engine, which will burn for another 3 minutes plus, creating an additional 138,000 pounds of thrust. Good pressure in the third stage engine, coming up on the 7-minute mark into the flight. 7 minutes in, 2 minutes 40 seconds of powered flight remaining. Seven and a half minutes into the flight, everything looking good. Just over 2 minutes of powered flight remaining. We've just passed the 8-minute mark into the flight. About another minute and a half to go. Once the third stage shuts down, there'll be another 12-second firing of vernier engines before spacecraft separation. And then the command to deploy the Nyoka's solar arrays and navigational antennas. All structural parameters on the third stage in great shape. 8 minutes 40 seconds in, 1 minute of powered flight remaining. Nine minutes 10 seconds into the flight. 30 seconds of powered flight remaining. Good yaw, good roll, good pitch. MLM right on the money so far. 9 minutes 30 seconds in, standing by for third stage shutdown and spacecraft separation. We have third stage shutdown and separation. The multipurpose laboratory module has separated from the third stage. We are standing by for confirmation of deployment. And we now have confirmation of solar array and navigational antenna deployment. All external appendages have been deployed. NIOCA en route to the International Space Station. Flight controllers there at the Russian Mission Control Center outside of Moscow, watching the initial activation of all of NIOCA's systems, following a nominal ascent and a flawless launch on the Proton M from the Baikonur Cosmodrome in Kazakhstan. The flight controllers are receiving real-time telemetry from NIOCA. The MLM has been placed in a perfect orbit by the Proton M, beginning an 8-day journey to reach an automated docking to the Earth-facing port of the Russian segment of the International Space Station. Once again, all of the external appendages, meaning the navigational antennas and the solar arrays, as well as the NIOCA's docking target, all deployed now, and NIOCA well on its way on the first leg of its journey to reach the International Space Station on July 29th. It was a flawless countdown and an on-time launch at 9:58 and 25 seconds a.m. Central Time, 7:58 and 25 seconds p.m. Baikonur time. This is Mission Control Houston. You're looking at a view of the Russian Mission Control Center outside of Moscow, where flight controllers are breathing a sigh of relief with the Nyoka multipurpose laboratory module now in its preliminary orbit, beginning an 8-day journey to reach the International Space Station. There are a number of visiting vehicle comings and goings that we have an animation to show you. First off will be the undocking of the ISS Progress 77 in Pirs docking compartment on Friday, followed by the arrival of the new multipurpose laboratory module on July 29th. That sequence of events will also have associated with it the Canadarm2 robotic arm survey of the vacated docking port late Friday following the departure of the Pirs docking compartment, which will be deorbited through the engines of the ISS Progress 77 following its undocking on Friday morning. We'll talk more about the times of all of that activity in a minute. That Canadarm2 robotic camera survey will be viewed very carefully by the Russian flight controllers to ensure that the docking port being vacated by Pirs in preparation for the arrival of Nyoka will be clean, free of debris, anything that would inhibit a smooth automated docking of the new module on July 29th. If they see something untoward, they will discuss this with the ISS program over the weekend and could elect to stage a contingency spacewalk by Oleg Novitsky and Pyotr Dubrov next Tuesday, July 27th, to do a manual cleaning of that docking port should it become necessary, although that is considered a very low probability. In the meantime, the Pirs docking compartment and the ISS Progress 77 cargo craft are set to undock from the International Space Station on Friday, now that Nyoka is on its way. Our coverage on Friday will begin at 8:45 a.m. Eastern Time, 7:45 a.m. Central Time, for an undocking. Actually, the time now has been updated to 9:15 a.m. Eastern Time, 8:15 a.m. Central Time, but our coverage will begin on Friday morning at 8:45 a.m. Eastern, 7:45 a.m. Central Time. With the 77 Progress and Pirs docking compartment having left the International Space Station, that will set up the actual docking of Nyoka to that same docking port on the Earth-facing side of the Russian segment of the station, with docking scheduled on Thursday, July 29th, 8 days from now, at 8:25 a.m. Central Time, 9:25 a.m. Eastern Time, and you can see our coverage time will start about an hour before Nyoka's scheduled automated docking, adding a new module to the International Space Station. So it's been a busy day for the International Space Station. First, the relocation of the Crew Dragon Endeavour from the forward port of the Harmony module to the zenith port of Harmony, clearing the forward port for the anticipated arrival late next week of the Boeing Starliner vehicle on its second test flight, scheduled for launch on July 30th from the Cape Canaveral Air Force Station, and a docking to the Harmony module on July 31st. And again, our coverage of the 77 Progress Pirs docking compartment undocking from the International Space Station is coming up on Friday, July 23rd, 2 days from now, with our coverage beginning at 7:45 a.m. Central Time, 8:45 a.m. Eastern Time, for a undocking at 8:15 Central, 9:15 a.m. Eastern Time. So stay with us all the way for all of the activities, and an extraordinarily busy time for the International Space Station. For now, at long last, the Nyoka multipurpose laboratory module safely in its preliminary orbit, en route for a docking to the International Space Station on July 29th. Thanks for joining us today. This is Mission Control Houston.